Let's go Broncos! There's a deeper story unfolding behind the scenes, one that could shake the very foundations of the league. And guess what? The Denver Broncos are right at the center of it. This isn't just another game recap or highlight reel. What I'm about to show you involves hidden patterns, historical data, and a possible long-simmering vendetta against Coach Sean Payton that may have been beamed from New Orleans straight to Mile High. If you think you've seen it all this season, you ain't seen nothing yet. But before you continue, click like if you're a true Broncos fan and have orange and blue blood. And if you followed the Broncos through thick and thin for over 20 years, I want you to comment right now. Go Broncos! My heart bleeds orange and blue. Let's flood the comments and show that Broncos country is united. Okay, now get ready, because what I'm about to reveal will make your blood boil. Something is seriously wrong in the NFL, and it feels like it has a target on Sean Payton's back. Over the past 6 games alone, the Denver Broncos have suffered a penalty yardage differential of minus 44 yards per game. That's not just bad, it's outrageous. And it's not like we've been playing disciplined squads. We've gone up against teams like the Jets and the Giants, both loaded with rookies and known for undisciplined play. Yet somehow, they're walking away with cleaner sheets than us? It doesn't add up. On Sunday against the Giants, the Broncos racked up 127 penalty yards, something we've only done 4 times in the past decade. This season alone, we've done it 6 times. Let's take a step back. This isn't just about cleaning up penalties. We're talking about blown calls that are almost statistically impossible to justify. Analysts and data scientists have crunched the numbers, and the probability that Sean Payton's teams have been penalized this disproportionately over the years is a mind-blowing 0.007%. That's not a coincidence. That's a pattern. Even Richard Sherman, a guy who's not exactly shy about his dislike for Russell Wilson and the Broncos, publicly called out the officials for one of the worst defensive pass interference calls he's ever seen. On Riley Moss. What's worse, 2 refs nearest to the play didn't throw the flag. It was the official furthest away, with the worst angle, who threw it. It makes no sense unless you're looking at this from a lens of clear bias. After the game, chaos unfolded. Amid the adrenaline of a walk-off field goal win, a referee actually shoved linebacker Justin Strnad. Dre Greenlaw chased him down and said something, and for that, he got suspended without pay. Think about that. A ref physically initiates contact, a player responds with words, and the player gets punished. Oh, and the official in question? He was previously banned for botching a Lions-Cowboys game and reinstated just in time to mess things up again. This isn't just incompetence, it's clown show level. And all this traces back to the history between Sean Payton and NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. Go back to Payton's last 4 seasons with the Saints. Teams playing against his squad received the fewest penalties in the league, ranking 30th, 31st, and 32nd in penalty calls. That's never happened before. Statisticians calculated that the odds of that being a random occurrence were 1 in over 1,000,000. The only logical conclusion is that this bias is deliberate, likely fueled by lingering resentment from the Bountygate scandal. Sean Payton himself has said that the unfairness his teams face ties directly to Roger Goodell and the NFL front office. Now, I'm not saying the league is completely rigged, but if you know your boss hates someone, you're going to act differently around them, and these referees are acting like they've got orders from above. It's infuriating. Refs are supposed to be invisible, yet now we've got jacked officials in tight shirts trying to make themselves part of the show. Nobody watches football for the refs. We watch for grit, for heart, for Broncos football. And here's what makes it even crazier. Despite all this nonsense, the Denver Broncos are still winning. 5 times this season, we've beaten both the opposing team and the officials. In the 4th quarter, when games matter most, the Broncos are dominating. We've outscored our opponents 71-29 in the final frame. In just the last 4 games, 61-13. That's not luck. That's elite execution when the pressure is highest. On top of that, Denver's upcoming schedule is favorable. We've got a 1-game lead in the division, and our opponent's combined record is 11-15-1. Compare that to the Chargers, Chiefs, and Raiders, who all have tougher slates ahead. There's a real chance for Denver to widen the gap and take control of the AFC West. And let's talk personnel. Sean Payton is unlocking the true potential of this offense. He's figured out how to maximize Bo Nix's skill set. Nix isn't just fast, he's explosive. He's hit over 15 miles per hour on 17 runs this year and even broke 20 miles per hour once. That kind of speed combined with his pinpoint accuracy, the most accurate quarterback in college football history, is lethal. And when the game is on the line in the 4th quarter, that's when Nix comes alive. Because if it's really just coincidence, then we're living through one of the most statistically bizarre runs in NFL history. But deep down, we all know it's not. The patterns are too consistent. The penalties are too lopsided. And when guys like Richard Sherman and Benjamin Albright, who have no reason to defend the Broncos, are calling it out, you know it's real. Take that Giants game as a microcosm. 127 penalty yards. 6 games in a row with egregious penalty yardage against us. We've watched Zach Allen get blatantly held on multiple plays, hands inside the jersey, no call. Nick Benito is getting mugged on pass rush after pass rush, yet no flags. And on the flip side, the slightest contact from our DBs results in a flag. The Riley Moss DPI call wasn't just bad, it was embarrassing. And again, the nearest 2 officials didn't see anything wrong. Only the ref on the opposite sideline, with no view of the play, throws the flag. That's not officiating. That's interference from somewhere else. And what about the aftermath? Dre Greenlaw suspended, not for a late hit, not for unsportsmanlike conduct during a play, but for talking after a ref physically shoved Justin Strnad. That's unheard of. The NFL doesn't suspend players for that kind of thing, unless, apparently, they were orange and blue. And let's not forget that the same referee who flagged Greenlaw has a history of being pulled from officiating duties for major blown calls in nationally televised games. Now he's back, and of course, he's involved in another mess, at our expense. This all feels bigger than just Sean Payton. This feels like systemic targeting, the kind that makes you wonder what's going on in those NFL front offices. And look, I don't want to believe it's rigged. None of us do. We want to believe in the integrity of the game. But when every week you're fighting 2 opponents, the team on the field and the officials in stripes, how long can you keep pretending it's all just bad luck? Despite all that, Sean Payton's leadership is shining. He's adapting. He's learning the personnel that thrives under pressure. He's figuring out how to weaponize Bo Nix's mobility and decision-making. The guy's a fourth-quarter killer, everything you want in a franchise QB. He's already hit 15-plus mph more than any other player on the team and even clocked in a sprint over 20 miles per hour. That kind of burst makes him a dual-threat defenses have to respect. And once Payton leans into that fully, this offense becomes dangerous in a way it hasn't been since the early Manning years. The coaching adjustments are already paying dividends. Payton's starting to trust guys like Marvin Mims and Evan Ingram more in high-leverage moments. And when you've got a coach who knows how to close, and a quarterback who thrives late, you become a fourth-quarter nightmare for every team in the league. That's why Denver's been outscoring opponents in crunch time. That's why this team isn't just surviving bad calls, it's winning anyway. And if you want a silver lining, here it is. The NFL can try to tilt the field, but it hasn't been enough. The Broncos are rising. We've got the inside track in the AFC West. Our schedule is the softest among division rivals. The Chiefs, they've got a gauntlet coming up. The Raiders and Chargers, same story. But the Broncos, we've got a stretch of winnable games, momentum, and a locker room that believes. Sean Payton has been here before. He knows how to build a contender. And Broncos country knows how to rally when the world's against us. So let the flags fly. Let the league throw every bad call our way. If they want to stop Denver, they better bring more than whistles, because this team is built for the fourth quarter, and the fourth quarter is when champions emerge. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think the Broncos can overcome this pattern of officiating bias and make a serious playoff run? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're fired up like I am, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and check out the other videos on the channel right here on the screen. We've got more breakdowns, game previews, and deep dives coming your way every week. Let's ride. Go Broncos!